Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So many different people in so many different locations. Hello, hello. Hi, Melissa. All right, let's find out what the daily is going to have to offer us today. Let's see. Got a jumper in here. Got a jumper. We got the high priestess jumping. Got the high priestess jumping. All right, let's see. We see what that says. 1 second. Put my glasses on real quick. Let's see. Okay. I think we got it. I think we got it. 1 second. All right. Hello, Leo. Hello, Leo. So I just put up the Sagittarius. I made it last night, but I loaded it up just now. So if you're looking for Sagittarius, that's there. Hey, Bad Galvan. Hello, hello. Aries. All right. All right. So as I was shuffling the cards, did you, Leo? Okay. Hey, Gemini times 3. So today is May 1st, 2020, Friday. The daily for today, as I was shuffling just a minute ago, I had a jumper card. And the jumper card means it needs to come out. So it's the High Priestess. The High Priestess, the High Priestess, the Queen of the Minor Arcana, and the Empress and Justice. They seem very similar. But the High Priestess is looking straight ahead. So when you look at this card, you'll see the High Priestess is looking straight ahead. You don't really get a profile look of her. You got to look right into her eyes, which is saying that you need to be brave in a certain situation. There may be something that's going to come up today that is going to, and this is for all signs, that is going to maybe intimidate you or make you want to back up or make you want to quit or make you want to turn around and walk away. But in fact, this card is here to tell you you need to stand strong, believe in yourself, and move forward. It may be also talking about looking at yourself, not just your physical attribute, but looking at yourself within may be a little bit difficult or uncomfortable. Maybe having to own some stuff that you didn't really want to take ownership of. Today also speaks about having fears on confronting somebody or dealing with somebody in a relationship situation. For a lot of you, somebody may have made you emotionally or spiritually uncomfortable. Somebody may have made you kind of feel off balance. You notice when somebody's talking to you or you're around somebody, then they make you feel uncomfortable. You begin to like shift the weight on your feet. Like you start to lean to one side, then you kind of lean to another side. You're trying to get yourself a balance is what you're doing, which is why you keep swaying back and forth. If you look at this card, there is a great sea in the background of this card. Water is definitely the emotion here in this card. And it's not just a trickle of water. It's not a fountain, but it is, in fact, a big body of water, which is meaning that there is a lot of emotions going on right now with a lot of you. You know, for a lot of you, this High Priestess has pretty much put up with enough garbage from someone that they would literally slap them in the face, I believe. I believe that this High Priestess gets to the point where she's very frustrated. So this may speak about you being very frustrated in a situation, not knowing what you can do, but also feeling like somebody, you know, definitely has done you wrong, and it makes you upset, mad, uncomfortable. It makes you not want to have to face them anymore. For some of you, you may have been dealing with somebody who was involved in a third party situation. I feel like there's definitely somebody here who's faced some hardships or some pain or hurt. Hey, Gold Whiskey, good morning. Hey, Bad Galvin, thank you. So I'm getting that a lot of you are wanting to be very strong in a situation. But as I said, you're going to have to, with the High Priestess, you're going to have to separate the good from the bad, the light from the dark, okay? The good from the evil, so to speak. Or you're going to have to open up that shadow side that's around you. And the shadow side would be somebody who's trying to be sneaky, somebody who's trying to intimidate, somebody who's trying to manipulate. So if you have somebody like that in your life, pay attention. Just pay attention. I'm not saying anybody's going to do anything physically wrong to you. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to poison you. They're not going to slap you. They're not going to do anything that you would be very much aware that it was them. But they will watch you from a distance. They will keep an eye on what you're doing. They will try to invade your space in a lot of ways. They'll also try to keep you from getting to a better level for some of you. For some of you, you have put a lot of work into a relationship, and that's what it's showing for today. So today, I feel like a lot of you have already gone through that tower moment, and a lot of you now are at the point where you're just hanging around waiting to see when the next shoe is going to drop, so to speak. A lot of you are not trusting the partner that you're with or the situation. A lot of you are getting very nervous. Some of you are traveling back and forth very quickly. A lot of you did have an argument, a disagreement, but now as you're walking away, you may have won that battle, but the war is something different. Okay, you might have won the battle, or they may have won the battle, but the war is yet to be. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. The universe is coming through very strong today for all signs as well. It is trying to hand you an opportunity, an offer, an invitation. It's also going to be lifting spirits. It means something good is going to happen, or restrictions are going to be lifted to a certain degree. I also feel like messages are going to come in very fast for you today, or someone is going to want to visit with you. You may hear from someone today unexpectedly. The next message that comes up to me is about the Justice card. When I speak about the Justice card, everything in the Justice card speaks about legal, law, police, something being fair. It talks about somebody handling something and being very fair about it. If you're waiting for a decision from the courts, the answer will become fair. If you're waiting for a lawsuit to come through, the decision, the amount of money will be fair. In the Justice card as well, which I don't have available to me at the moment, but the Justice is holding like the Ace of Swords. You get a kind of idea of pragmatism that lives in this card. When this comes up in a reading, like it did, it means you have to take all of your emotions out of your decision. It means you have to make decisions carefully and don't allow your emotions to overrule or override the decision that you're going to make. Be a brain, not a heart. Think with your brain, with your mind, not with your heart. Don't allow your heart to influence you. Be very careful. A lot of you have made decisions out of pity. A lot of you have made decisions out of sympathy. A lot of you have made decisions that have to do with selfishness even, or your partner has. But it's important now that you make a decision on what's best for you. That's what today is talking about. We also can speak a lot about when I showed you the hangman. Somebody's hanging around. It's when the card comes up, it's more about release, letting go of something. It's kind of like when you're hanging upside down like that, it's kind of like you're just not holding anybody kind of like accountable anymore. You're letting all past heartache and pain and hurt go as well. You may be having difficulties at work, at home, with family members, in a relationship, as I said. But at the same time, you don't want to cover up the crap anymore. A lot of you made excuses for certain situations or for other people's behaviors. And you made excuses and allowed it to be almost okay, even though it wasn't. Be really careful with that. Now, for some of you, the hangman can be reversed, because what it can mean is that you're going to have to come up with some sort of clarity in order to see the best way to get through your situation. That's exactly what the reversal of the hangman means. It's also a reminder to take responsibility for yourself and your own life, okay? The death card also comes up for today's energy, and that is speaking pretty much about somebody's getting completely ignored by somebody. And that's what it means to me with the death card. Somebody is either ignoring you wholeheartedly, they're not responding to your text messages, they're not taking your phone calls, they're not showing up when they say they will. It's very, very middle of the road here. Somebody's not paying attention. That's what I get with the death card. Somebody is not paying attention. Although in the death card, they're wearing an armor, right? The armor shows that either you, if you are representing the death card, you're wearing that armor to show that you're going to knock whatever you need to knock out of the way to get to your destination. You're not going to allow something to cause you delay or to cause you heartache or pain anymore. You're not going to let something happen. There is a lot of changes and struggles coming today in a certain situation for some of you with relationships. With this struggle, it's going to come whether you open the door or you close the door, whether you lock the door or you unlock the door. For a lot of you, this card also gives a message to release everything that is old. Let go of everything from before. You've already had that victim mode or victim mentality for quite some time. Now move yourself forward, okay? Forgiveness is not so much about them, but more about yourself. It will free you from the whole situation. It doesn't mean that you're saying it's okay what someone did, but what it means is you did it. I'm going to forgive you because I'm that person. I'm that better person. And now I'm going to release you. I'm going to let you go. Sometimes it does hurt extremely bad. Sometimes the pain that somebody caused you, you remember it like it was yesterday. It could have been years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago. But that pain can be brought back up and made to feel like it just happened. Scars give an illusion, kind of like when you have a surgery. When you have a surgery and maybe you had to get an incision done, that incision will heal within 10 to 12 days. It'll start to scab over. But what happened underneath that incision, that may take months to even years to heal. But because something looks like it's healed on the outside, because maybe that bruise that you got went away, or because that cut that you had here on your face, it scarred over and then it scabbed, it disappeared, but you still see a line. You will always have scars from past situations, whether they were controllable or uncontrollable. Those scars represent who you are still, what you've been through. So don't be ashamed or embarrassed. Those scars give you strength because they show that you survived something and you got past something. So don't look at them as, oh, poor me. Look at them like, oh, wow, I made it. I did it. Me too, Leo. About 9 of them. Yeah. So remember that you've got to release everything that's old. You pretty much got to strip everything down to the bone in order to start over entirely. For a lot of you, you'll come up slowly and steadily. If you're paying attention, you can walk along and beside this person, even after being trampled on, even after being under their foot, so to speak. And now things won't bother you. As the reversal of the death card for some of you, it reminds you of like a Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, right? You're definitely brave and showing bravery. For some of you, you may be saying to that person that, you know what, you look stupid. You look really stupid. For some of you, it's almost like you refuse to open your arms up anymore. You refuse to allow them to come back in, which is probably a good thing for some of you. For some of you, there is going to be a recovery in a relationship, and you're going to be able to learn how to agree to disagree on many subjects. You're also going to find that you have a better friendship now than you had previously. You're going to see that everything that you went through wasn't for nothing. For some of you, you've allowed a relationship to stay toxic and to stay in that relationship. It's kind of like watching something burn and then the ashes just sit there and rot. They don't blow away. They just sit there and rot. So you're just sitting, rotting, wasting your time. And pretty soon, 10 years from now, you're going to find yourself in the same position, doing the same thing. So be really careful. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So you need to make sure you seek your happiness today. Now, the Temperance card goes right along with the Justice card because the Temperance is similar to the balance that's found in the Justice card. But it's more of a day-to-day kind of thing. When you look at the Temperance card, the angel is pouring from one cup to another, correct? So if you look at the basic card, the angel has one foot on the shore and one in the water. The water being poured from one cup to the other is either to share, to create balance, to make the cups and the water in the cups even. Water, again, in tarot, remember, always means emotions. So here this is saying you have a lot of emotions going on here, but you are actually very calm today. You're feeling, as you woke up today, wasn't having a lot of weight on your shoulders. Today is a day where you felt kind of peaceful, almost not even understanding why. Today's an okay day. For a lot of you, when you look at the Temperance card, you'll see that the wings are very much equal. There's definitely a balance here, but you have to stop and look around to find it. Sometimes you have to stop, take the time to smell the roses, so to speak, and find that balance. Temperance rests between death and the devil in tarot. Change, peace, and chaos. Grace, peace, wisdom, integration. Movement without loss of self. Calm, moderation. All that is key. For some of you, the Temperance reversed may apply. It might be hard to pull yourself back out of the water or out of your emotions. It might be harder for you to shake off an experience that you went through. So you may be feeling kind of like the Temperance reversed. I'd like to call this vortex crazy because that's pretty much what it means. I know there's a lot of people who can live very happily and are living very happily right now, it seems. But everything for some is a crisis. Everything for some is all about them. Everything for some is a huge mountain instead of this little molehill that it's supposed to be. Some of you are completely exhausted because you've allowed your mind to take you to a place mentally that you didn't want to be at. A lot of you either are going to get your ass kicked or you're going to kick somebody's ass. I don't know which way that goes. And what I mean by that is not physically, not saying that you're going to go beat somebody up. That's not what I mean by that comment. What I mean is either somebody's going to drag you down or take advantage of you, or you're going to put something on somebody else. You're going to put somebody in their place, or you're going to call somebody out on their shit, or you're going to tell somebody, you know what? Don't mistake kindness for foolishness. Don't mistake Don't mistake it. For a lot of you, you can be very sensitive without carrying the world's pain in your heart. A lot of you can get mad, but you don't have to be angry. There's a difference between being mad and upset and being angry. Being angry means you lost control. Being mad is like you just don't like something, doesn't sit well with you. But when you get angry, that's just showing you have no self-control. You're choosing not to have self-control. A lot of you, where the Devil's card is concerned, a lot of adults especially are scared of this card when they see it. They feel like something really bad is going to happen. They feel like they're going to have somebody who's going to behave like a no good, you know what, bastard or bastardette, whatever. A lot of people with the Devil card, when you see the man and woman chained together, that is speaking about how the chains can actually be taken off. You are not forced to stay in a situation that you're in. If you're there right now with that person, it's because you're choosing to be there. Because again, these chains can come off very quickly. We don't always chain ourselves up with help, right? Peer pressure, poor guidance from parents from the past. Whatever your path is, at some point, you have a choice to make. Do I wear this chain or don't I wear this chain? Do I drink to excess or don't I? Do I treat this person like crap today or do I treat them nice? Do I hurt someone just because I can or do I not? Do I steal because it's there? Do I judge because I can? Should I take action or make this choice because I can and then run over whoever it might be that gets in the way? These choices are all ours to make, okay? I have the feeling as we get older, we get the heavier chains and it gets harder and harder to take them off. So while the picture about them freaks me out kind of in the card, it just makes me sad because this is not the scary Oogie Boogie man, okay? Or Oogie Boogie Devil. This is a little scarier than that in a different way. The card is about chaining yourself to those things that pull you down. That's what the Devil card speaks about. We turn ourselves inside out and pick and pick and pick until the insides are a bloody mess. I wonder why we allow ourselves to pretty much self-sabotage or always find fault with ourselves. There's always a fear that we're not as good as everyone else, and the doubt that allows the fear to trickle in. If we're confident and strong, then whatever somebody else might say about us will just pretty much bounce away. For some of you, one more time, the Devil could be reversed, inverted. That will tell you more about a foggy time, like you're not sure where to go or what to do. It also talks about how you're about 2 steps away from the fog lifting, but you don't feel that it's going to be okay. It is about breaking free of negative influences and bad habits. So for a lot of you, this is going to encourage you today to break free of bad habits, things that no longer are serving you or never did. It's also the fact that the chains are nearly off you. So don't give up. Don't give up. Devils can be driven out of the heart by the touch of a hand on a hand or mouth on a mouth. Broken things can be mended. There is always hope. So with this as the message, this I'm going to say, be strong. Get your clarity in the direction that you want to go. Allow yourself to accept the finer things in life. Don't get stuck in places that you don't deserve to be. Those chains that you may feel like are on you, holding you in a specific place, in a specific job, in a specific relationship, may not be for your good. So with that being said, that is your daily for today, Friday, May 1st, 2020. I look forward to seeing you for me doing the next couple videos for May.